It's amazing to me that they've tried to do this 2 years ago. COVID knocked it out, and they tried to do it last year. I guess COVID knocked out again. Mike and Clay and everybody at BMI, thank you. My first thing when I got to Nashville, there's a lot of people I got to thank tonight, but I don't want to be here all night. First thing I did when I got to Nashville was they said, you got to get affiliated. And they said, are you BMI, or are you ASCAP, or what are you? And I was like, I don't know. Well, Harold Shedd said, go over to BMI and get affiliated. So I walked in the office one day. This was in 1990 or 91. And I walked in the office, and I walked up to the desk, and the girl goes, can I help you? I said, I'm from Oklahoma. I need to get affiliated. And by God, I need to get affiliated right now. And they were like, we got a wet behind the ears rookie down the hall that comes from hillbilly royalty named Clay Bradley. And you know how you got that intern that you always dump all your shit on? They dumped me on Clay. So he comes out and he's like, the secretary needs to go get the big redneck away from the front bar. So anyway, I go down to Clay's office and he goes, what can I do for you? I go, I'm here to get affiliated. He said, okay, well, let's get you affiliated. And he gives me all this paperwork and says, here's what you got to fill out and all this. So since 1990 or 91, I have been affiliated with the greatest organization in the music business, and that's BMI. They've been so great to me as a songwriter because I knew that even if I didn't make it as an artist, that maybe somebody would cut my songs. And I always felt like that the songwriting was the most important part of this whole industry. And the people that I had grew up, later on, you don't know this when you're in the middle of it, but when you get older and you look back at your cassette tapes or your CD, it's like everybody that rock, country, R&B, whatever it was, the artists that I had were songwriters. They weren't artists that covered music. They were songwriter artists. So I was like, something in my guts down in my core said that that's what I wanted to do. So I didn't know if I'd make it as an artist, but I knew that if I wrote as good as the next guy, that somebody might sing one of my songs. And so I got here with that in mind, and it just so worked out as it went on that I ended up with a vehicle that could deliver those songs, and we ended up having a great career. The first person I want to thank tonight was the most important person to me, and he's here tonight, and it is his birthday, and Mr. Harold Shedd. Stand up, Harold. Stand up, Harold. 92, 91. 91 years old, the great Harold Shedd. So, unbelievable. He came to town, he discovered and produced Alabama, KT Oslin, when she was 40. When she was 40, he signed KT Oslin to a double platinum album. First double platinum album ever for a female, I think. He also, he had the Headhunters, Shania, me, Billy Ray Cyrus. He did Mel Tillis and Glenn Campbell. So, anyway, when he came to Oklahoma and signed me and opened the door that no one else would open because you just couldn't get in. It's like if you're the best football player and you play at Podunk State, they'll find you. But if you're the best singer-songwriter and you just live in Oklahoma, that don't mean shit. You still got to have some help getting in, you know? Somebody's got to open a door. Harold opened that door for me, and I'm very grateful that you're here tonight. And happy birthday. And it's ironic that I'm getting the Icon Award on the night of your 91st birthday, baby. That's awesome. That is a almighty thing, I think. But anyway, some other people that are important that aren't here, Nelson Larkin, who we lost a few years ago, was a great producer with Earl Thomas and all those. And Harold was a real busy man. He was vice president at Mercury at the time. He co-produced the album, but Nellie Larkin had a lot to do with Should Have Been a Cowboy and He Ain't Worth Missing and Wish I Didn't Know Now and Who's That Man and all that stuff. And then as we went on, another gentleman who's here tonight, I'm going to get him stand up. He produced some kick-ass records on me also that we were really tearing it up with. James Stroud. Where you at, Jammy Jam? Where's Jammy Jam? Can he stand? James Stroud, ladies and gentlemen. One of the all-time best. One of the all-time best right there. He is. How old's Troy? I heard you. I got you. I can't tell that here. James was a studio drummer, and he got a hold of me, and when Harold retired, and man, he didn't let up. He just, James is incredible in the studio, and so well respected here, and in this town with all the people. He's made some great songs. And then who else do we need? Who am I leaving? I'm going to leave somebody. I want to thank my road warriors, the guys who came and rode the road so long, like Dean Dillon and Scott Emmert, Bobby Pence, and Rivers Rutherford, some of them cats that just came out. You know what they did? They just came out, and they just got on the bus, and they'd ride the weekend, and we might write one, and we might not. There was no pressure, and through the years, I'd write them by myself, or I'd have one unfinished, or they would have one unfinished, and it worked out that all of them got in. They're all great guys, and they're brothers of mine, and I appreciate you guys. I love you to death. They are. And they're the best in the business. They tell you that youth is wasted on the young. Well, we got wasted. But by God, we got some work in too, didn't we? So I've always said that, again, that songwriting is the lifeline this industry. And through the years, when I've been at these grand events that are outside of country music, from London with Sting to New York to LA to Japan at the Asian Country Fest, whatever, wherever you are, people always try to tell me what they got going on musically and what's going on. And I always say, hey, if you want to be the best songwriter on the planet, you come here, come to Nashville. These are the greatest songwriters in the world. And the only regret that I had was just I never left Oklahoma, is I would have probably made it at 21 or 22 instead of 28 or 29 had I just not been so damn hard-headed and moved out here, because the best songwriters in the world are right here, and you are the best songwriter. And you taught me a lot. And I learned a lot after I got here. And I'm going to close. Before I close, I want to thank my family. They're all here tonight. All my kids and my wife, all my son-in-laws, daughter-in-law. They're getting to share it tonight. I want to thank all the singers and performers who took time out tonight to sing my old hillbilly shit. I loved it. It was great. Kenny Greenberg and the band. That's Kenny. Look at these guys back here. Y'all didn't have a bar gig tonight? What the hell's going on? What else I got? Oh, TK and Kurt, my team. They mentioned tonight earlier when we did the USO shows, for 11 years and over 200 shows, we were downrange every day. The 5 guys that were every day with us, Brian O'Connell, me, Brian O'Connell, Scotty, Mitch, and Kurt Motley. So Kurt's been my agent. Thank you, Kurt, for being there all these years. And my manager, these are the people I was going to thank first. My dumb ass didn't do it. TK about gave his career up as a manager to have to manage me because I was hard to handle. I ain't shitting you. I was, man. Everywhere we went, whatever label we were on, Luke Lewis over at Mercury, wherever we were in a fist fight. I wanted to play my songs. I wanted to dress out of my closet. And it just doesn't work. It didn't work that way then. Maybe it works that way now. But back then, they wanted to groom you, and I was ungroomable. But bless TK's heart, he just flat said, "I'm with you, dog. Let's go." He fought you, babe. He did, man. He did. He did. He fought. He fought. He fought to the point to where they kicked him off of every board. He was like, "My guys went 0 for 9 at the CMA Awards last night. I'm out of this son of a bitch. I can't work for him if you're not going to treat him better." Anyway, I didn't care about all that. All I ever cared about was Songwriter Hall of Fame, Nashville Songwriter Hall of Fame, and BMI icon. That's all I ever cared about. Y'all have a great rest of the evening. Godspeed. Good night.